thank you for this opportunity to showcase my ugly house. And with that being said, I'm Romario Wallace, and this is my ugly house. So, what makes this house ugly? So first, there are a ton of rocks. I've actually named a few of them. I call him Big Al. This guy came out of that hole over there, which is partially being filled in by dirt. We had a ton of foliage here, and we actually chopped it down versus what you saw in the photos. We had some family help before we actually submitted for the ugliest house in America. We actually were chopping it down little by little, and we finally got it down, but we haven't taken the stumps out yet, and as you can see, it kind of looks terrible. Here's another example. This here is Bertha. No clue what this is, but it's there. If you look around the top of the house, you won't find any gutters or rain gutters. But what you will find are spouts or rain spouts coming off the top of the roof. And that's because all the gutters were actually built on the inside of the house. So everything, all the gutters are usually within the walls or just captured right here and then comes down here. Hopefully it comes down. But we'll talk more about that later. That's a whole nother story. As you can see, we've definitely got a little bit of a forest back here. On the way in, I don't know if you guys took a look at it, but we've got trees upon trees upon trees upon trees, and these trees aren't even up against the back of the property or the property line. They're just kind of offsetting and completely destroying the spacing of the property. Where this backyard could be a lot bigger, the trees actually push it forward. So it's really awful spacing back here. When the giant bush that was right here, it actually overtook the house, and we actually ripped it down. This is what's kind of left of it. A garden sunroom. I don't know what to call it, but yeah, with the gold accents on the side. I've actually tried to figure out what this is, or what it's supposed to be, or what it was, and I'm gonna be honest. It's one of those. Again, I have no clue what could have been here. It could have been a hammock. It could have been anything. You can see some of the demo that we tried to do on the inside to try to get rid of some of the stuff, but it didn't help much. I think it kind of made it worse. As you can see, we've got another forest. Winter's kind of made it die down, but down here in this alley, these like thorny bushes, some people say they're raspberry or blueberry bushes. I have no clue what they are. All I know is that if you brush against them, they hate your skin and they will rip you up. So literally, we don't walk down this alley. We stay away from it. We just walk around the entire house because it's not worth the pain of walking down this alley ever. I have no clue what that is. I just know it belongs to me now, and it's my baby, and I have to take care of it. I have no clue what is in this or what this is. I just know there's a ton of rocks, a ton of trees, a ton of dirt, and it's just like dumped there. And then we have an electrical line directly on the property, which, yay me, goes all the way down and underneath. Dirt, mildew, and grime all the way around. I mean, this is the first house that can actually say really needs a bath. It needs a shower. And yeah, it just needs a real bad shower. So guys, we're gonna go inside. We're gonna do a little house tour. We're gonna introduce some of the guys that are working on it, some of the contractors, Elias, Omar, Juan, and Miguel. And we're gonna actually there's Elias right now. You can actually see how hard this guy's working right here. Look at this guy, he's like in full garb. That's just how intense the house is right now. We can't even go inside there without respirators and PPE. This is what we gotta do. The mold is bad in here. Tell me about it, Elias.
Yeah, it is really bad out in there. So this mold right now that we're dealing with is really ugly bad. But as long as we're covered and we're protected, we should be good.
Yeah. All right, with that, let's head on in.
If you're wondering why I'm wearing this mask, it's because, well, it is littered with mold. There's a ton of mold in here, and we're gonna take a look at it. As we enter the home, one of the ugliest features here is this fireplace. I absolutely hate this fireplace the way it is. I love the fireplace where it is, but just if it didn't have the sides to it, I think it'd be much better. And yeah, that's one of the ugly features about this house.
This is a negative air machine right here, the one we talked about. As you can see, this one's going completely outside, and this is what we're doing inside. This has to stay on the entire time, even when nobody's here. This has to stay on to completely continue to get the ventilation out and to keep up that level of breathability, so that I can afford to take my mask off for just a little while in this space while I talk to you guys. But for right now, we're just going to take a look and walk around and see what the guys are doing and introduce some of them to you.
This is where all the sleeping quarters and where everything is done. Bathrooms. As you can see in there, there's another negative air machine in there. You can hear it buzzing. He's the lead guy on the job. Elias, can you take us through what you're doing here?
Right now what we're doing is trying to get rid of all the bad mold by ripping everything out, doing the demolition to expose all the studs and all the material that is damaged. So we will know what to replace and when to replace it. So that's what we're doing so far. And hoping that we get everything back to life. Go down here.
So he's going to walk us through some of the areas that he's already done and just show us some of the craziness that's happened in this house, so you can see just how bad it is.
It's hard to believe that the people can get to this point, but yeah, we're facing the worst of the worst on the house. But I'm pretty sure that we get this to the point that we're going to get it bring it back to life, like I said before.
This is straight up mold. So basically, when it rains outside, it actually rains inside. And if you look at the floors here, I can actually step through the floor here. This house has 3 HVAC units, but yet there's an in-wall AC. There's also a weird intercom system here. It's all throughout the house, just intercoms everywhere. None of them work, but they're just everywhere. We'll continue following Elias as he shows us the rest of the house.
This was a walk-in closet in the past, which we are now inside of one of the bathrooms of the house. And we exposed already one of the worst parts also of the house, which we will have to replace in the future. We're going to have to replace all of it. We are completely open over here. We're about to break this wall to the other side.
And now we're in the master bath, which is just off the master bedroom. And it's a hot mess in here, guys. First of all, I've actually never seen a sunken tub like this. I don't know, it's got these weird retro gold knobs here, and I mean, they're cool, but it's just a lot. As you can see, the floor is completely soaked from when it rained earlier, and all that water is just flowed in. And we're gonna head over to the next bathroom. It just grosses me out how close the toilet is to the tub. I mean, it just really skeeves me out. I don't think it's sanitary. I don't think it's space efficient, even though they tried to be. And I just don't know what they were thinking. Some of the things in this house, you just have to stop and ask, what were they thinking? And I don't know, what were they thinking?
There's a stand-up shower on that side, and as you see, there's a tub on the floor right here. But right now it's covered with the demolition and the debris of the house. So right now from here we're gonna go to the other two rooms that we are already exposing also. Right now, this is my crew. Juan, Miguel, and Omar. Omar. So right now, we gotta be really careful on these sections. The bath floor is really soft. It's not so good to be standing on. Literally right here, we got a waterfall falling inside the house. We're running 3 negative air machines in the section that we are doing the demolition. So we can be more safe and a way safe to have kind of like a clean air. But we don't, you know, it is pretty much ugly to the point.
This is my wife, Marissa.
Hello.
She came and joined us on the filming here. She was probably
It
gonna
took me
have
a
to.
long time to join him on this idea of even purchasing this crazy looking house. So
Yeah, I definitely had to sell her on the house.
yes,
She was
I had
not on
to.
board.
I could not. I still can't really picture the end result. I'm
She's not on
trying.
board. She's a good woman. She's a good woman.
I'm here for the ride. Here for the ride.
She's a good partner. She's a great partner. The switch is here at the bottom. Look, these work! These work!
That is
Yeah!
some classy stuff.
These work!
The fact that they're inside the window, that is interesting.
That's super interesting, and it's super hard work. I don't understand. On to the dining room, and
Like a
this is
the mirrored ceiling.
perhaps the ugliest part of the house.
Although
Um,
I do think we should keep one piece of this interesting decor, which would be the
Yes,
chandelier,
no,
and repurpose it
Nope.
as
no,
a reminder
no.
of how far we
Do
came.
you see this thing?
But I mean,
This
if we,
thing
I
is
think
so
while I didn't have
ugly.
the vision for the house, and I couldn't see the house in its final days, I can see this as a repurposed artifact from the house that we can
No,
put.
you
Yes.
can see this in the trash.
No, I think we need to keep one
Oh
thing,
my
and I
gosh,
don't want to keep
no
the curtains.
way.
It is mostly
No,
out of
absolutely no. I no.
But for us
You
to
will
have,
never convince me that this will ever look good in the house. Never. There's
well,
no way.
once it's redone and looks nice, I
No, there's no saving this. There's no saving this. You see
I mean,
this?
we need some memory.
She wants to
because
save this.
It
You
might
see
be
this?
years before
This
we
is
can
the
actually live
ugliest
here.
thing. This is like
so-
this is perhaps one of the ugliest rooms in the house, and the weirdest rooms in the house. This is the kitchen. It's just, it is really ugly, really bad. Just really bad. All of it is just really terrible. Oh, just holy crap! Like, what am I? I'm not sure what this is. Over here, we hopefully build a little library. Going through, coming through. Here. And this fireplace. Knocking out all these guys.
the studio.
Yeah. So this is actually one of my favorite sight lines in the entire property, and it just, the potential just like blows me away. Even though it's like in a very disheveled state from previous owners, this room literally just like blows me away. The view from the balcony alone is just super amazing. Back in this space with incredible potential. Thinking about turning this into a 2-bedroom. It's just peaceful when you're up here. It just feels peaceful. Hopefully try to preserve some of that. Figure out whatever the storage is underneath here. I actually think it takes away from the overall space of this house, the fact that they stopped it here instead of carrying it all the way forward. It just doesn't make much sense why they just stopped it right there. Below us is the garage, so we're walking on the garage roof. And as you can see, we have the crispy, newly invented, cutting edge, turn of the century, parquet floors. I'm not quite sure why there's a sink up here. So this is essentially the second floor. And it looks like it was a bedroom slash wardrobe slash dressing room slash bar slash, like these looks like hot plate burners. Yeah, I don't know what they did up here. It has a lot of potential. I really do believe it has a lot of potential. But it's just really ugly. Thanks for joining me on this little house tour. But we're gonna head back outside, take this mask off, get out of this gear.
I want to thank everybody that tuned in. Stay tuned for more regarding the house, regarding the channel. We're going to be posting a lot more, doing a lot more recordings as the progress takes place in the house and as things get done each stage. So if you want to follow us, please feel free to like and subscribe to the channel, comment down below if you have any questions or you're just curious about something. So with that, thank you guys, appreciate it, and we'll see you next video.